Hi, and welcome back to Ask Dr. B. So this is part 2 of the video on emotional experience, which is part of this series that now we at Weeby are bringing to you, focused on well-being. So the first video in the series, I talked about well-being in general, what it is, how to think about it, what affects us. The second video was on emotional experience. What does that mean and how do we think about it? And what kinds of questions can we ask ourselves to help us know sort of how is our emotional experience on any given day at any point in time? So today I'm going to talk about, let's say that your emotional experience is not good, that you're not feeling great about yourself, or you're not feeling like yourself. You're not feeling very calm. You're feeling more agitated than you are calm. You're not feeling interested in interacting with others, or you're noticing that you're withdrawing. You're not taking very good care of yourself in ways, and you're not feeling very hopeful. So, as I mentioned in the prior video, soon the Weeby app will be available for everyone. We're so excited. If you want to get on the list to be notified of that, go to weebylife.com and sign up. The app will be free. It'll be available for iOS and Android users in the fall. We'll let you know exactly when it's coming out. But this series is really to help us all start thinking about these different elements that affect us. If somebody asks me, how is your emotional experience? Well, how would I know that? I have to think about these things so that I can tune into that, so that I can use that information to help me. So this video is really focused on what kinds of things can you do if your emotional experience is not so great. Okay. First of all, let's say you're not feeling like yourself much of the time, or you're not feeling very good about yourself much of the time. Both of those could be true, or only one of them may be true. Maybe you regularly feel kind of not great about yourself, but you're working on it. There are things you're motivated. You want to feel better. There are some things you can do, like make a list of your strengths, your talents, your skills. Start out really trying to assess, maybe your view of yourself isn't very accurate, and maybe you're harder on yourself for all kinds of reasons you may come to understand, or maybe you already know. So doing things, making a list of things that are your strengths, your talents, your skills can help remind us, hey, I do have these skills. I am good at these things. Do an activity that you enjoy. Get yourself involved in something that you feel good about, especially if you're feeling off, you're not feeling like yourself, you're not feeling like you usually do. Reground yourself in something that is a good activity for you, whether that's, hiking, or, if you're into being in the outdoors, be outside. Maybe it's reading a good book. Maybe it's listening to music. You haven't done that. So pull yourself in a way out of yourself into an activity that you enjoy. Exercise, if you can, exercise. Do something physical to get those endorphins moving. They really are. They pump through us. They help us. Whether it's a brisk walk, I like to swim, biking, hiking, dancing, whatever it is for you. But that can help pull us out of ourselves if we're not feeling like ourselves, or if we're a little off, or things have happened to us recently that are really pulling us down. You're going to hear me say this on every single one of these aspects of emotional experience that I talk about in this video, because it's so really, really, really critically important. Reach out to someone you trust. Let them know that you're having a hard time. Let them know that you're feeling down, that you're depressed, that you're not feeling good about yourself, or that you're not feeling like yourself. Share with them. It helps us. The research is absolutely crystal clear that being connected socially is incredibly powerful and helpful. It has to be healthy connection, but find those in your life, have them at the ready, reach out to people that you trust. You would want to know if it was them, if they were hurting. So let them know when you are. Okay, second thing, let's say you're not feeling very calm. You're feeling rather agitated. You're uneasy, restless, irritable. Here are a few things that you might try. There are a lot of breathing techniques, relaxation techniques that can help you calm yourself. And in fact, if you're feeling really, really anxious, sometimes doing things like jumping jacks or, running in place, again, if that's physically something you can do, will counteract the anxiety. It's the way that your brain operates. You can do things like physical exercise really can stop a panic attack if you can physically do that. And breathing exercises can help you slow down your system. Breathing. And there's lots of great resources on the internet and that friends may be able to share as well. When Weeby does launch, we're going to have a lot of those available for you to check out and to let us know, what's most helpful for you. Meditation, and people who have never meditated often have, there's misperceptions about what it is, what it's not, who can meditate, where do you have to go to meditate. If you have any interest at all, I would encourage you to do some research. Meditation can be so incredibly powerful, helpful to help us sort of calm ourselves, to stay focused on what matters to us, to not let the noise around us intrude on us. So check out meditation. It's actually, again, data is very clear. Science is very clear, very, very helpful to help us be calm, stay calm, manage our own internal states. Take a walk to get some perspective. Get out of yourself. You might listen to favorite music, journaling, if that helps you. Write down. I know when I wake up in the middle of the night and my mind is racing because I've got, too many things or I'm worried, I get up and I write them down, and then I can sometimes go back to sleep because I've, put them out of my head. And again, reach out to someone you trust. Ask them, hey, you up for going for a walk tonight? Or, going for a bike ride together, or going to see a movie, or just having dinner. I should mention all of these things that I'm talking about when you're not feeling so great, your emotional experience is not so great. Avoid alcohol and drugs. It may feel like it's helpful, but it often only exacerbates the problem. So I just want to note that. Okay, let's say you're not feeling very interested in interacting with others, and you typically are. You notice that you're withdrawing. This is a tough one because when we're not feeling great about ourselves, or about we're feeling down, or we're not feeling like ourselves, or not feeling great about ourselves, sometimes we want to avoid people. And what I'm suggesting is actually try to move yourself through that. Get up and get moving. First of all, physically yourself, again, get those endorphins pumping. And then think about what you can do maybe out in the community where you're around other people. Maybe you're not interacting directly if you're not ready for that, but you're around people, whether it's maybe there's a arts and crafts fair in your community happening that you can go to. You can walk around, you can watch people, engaged or engaging in activities. Sometimes that can help pull us back into wanting to be with others. Invite a friend to go with you to an activity. Think about who are the people who you trust, who trust you. You would want to be there for them if they were starting to withdraw. So let them be there for you. Sometimes volunteering to help somewhere else in our community, help someone else, gets us out of ourselves in a way that can help us get back connected to others. So think about if there's a volunteer opportunity that allows you to get out and engage, or maybe it's a book club that, maybe that don't feel like you want to share too much personal information right now. You're feeling a little self-protective, but the intellectual stimulation sounds appealing. So think about what you can do and who you can trust to help you get back out, because being connected is really, really important. And try to let people know who you trust, how you're doing. Okay, let's say you're not taking very good care of yourself and you know it. You're not eating well. You're not getting the right sleep. You're not exercising, or you're exercising way too much, and that's not good. So try to focus on those three basic things: eating, sleeping, exercising. Eat healthy, healthy as you can. Get the right amount of sleep. For most adults, it's, between around 7 hours of sleep to 8, but not more than 10, not more than, 9, 10. That's too much sleep. It's not good for us. And obviously 5, 4, 3, 2, not enough. So try to get enough sleep and exercise. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym every day. In fact, if you're going to the gym every day and you feel like you're in kind of an obsessive exercise place, that's not good. Get back to what is a healthy level. Most adults, 30 minutes a day is what is good for us. Brisk walking, riding a bike, swimming, dancing, whatever is good for you, but that will help, get those endorphins going. Take small steps toward your goals and reinforce them. Give yourself credit, give yourself healthy rewards if you're doing good things to get yourself back on track to take care of yourself. Literally setting up a reinforcement schedule for yourself or partner with somebody, buddy up with someone is good. Ask a friend to support you. Maybe they would love to get involved in like a program to be healthier. Great. Get them involved, and together you can come up with a great plan. And again, make sure you are sharing with people you trust. I know it can be hard. It is so worth it, and it gets easier, and it is rewarding when you share with people that you trust and people who trust you. And finally, if you're feeling hopeless more than you're feeling hopeful, here are some things you can try. Use self-affirmations. Practice positive self-talk. If you don't know what those terms are, you can find them easily on the internet, and you can find exercises and strategies. Giving yourself affirmation, giving yourself sort of positive statements about yourself and about the future and about your goals and about what you've already accomplished can be very, very helpful. Try journaling. Sometimes when we're feeling hopeless, it's hard to remember when we felt a different way. And if you journal, if you're tracking the small accomplishments or the progress, that can really help for those times when you're feeling dark and that, things are not possible. You don't feel like you can achieve your goal. If you're feeling hopeless most of the time or much of the time, or you're worried about yourself, please consider counseling. So many options right now. I know it still can be very difficult to get into help, but don't let that be a reason not to try. There's online therapy, and which is very effective. We have done a lot of research, especially during COVID. Online therapy is very helpful to people. Support groups. You can find often online, all kinds of resources, some that you have to pay for, some that are free. But group support can be very helpful, peer support, but counseling, therapy. Consider seeing a mental health professional to get an assessment, to find out what's going on, what's causing you to feel so down and so hopeless. There's always hope. So many people who have experienced deep depression find a way, find their way, find what works for them. And that is, again, what this whole effort is all about, is helping people find what works for them, finding those solutions, staying connected to each other, staying connected to people you trust. And of course, I understand as a psychologist that for some of us, there are really significant challenges: intrusive thoughts, obsessive, compulsive behavior, obsessive thoughts that intrude and make it very difficult. But that's why it's important to seek professional help, to get a good assessment, to be introduced to different approaches, techniques, treatments. Okay, I'll stop there because hopefully you can hear it's always worthwhile to reach out to people that you trust. Let them be there to help you, even if you don't feel like you have the strength to continue to help yourself. If you're concerned about yourself, please go to an emergency room. You can also call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Even if you're not suicidal, but you're just feeling hopeless, they may have some resources in your community they can share with you. 1-800-273-8255. Press 1 if you're a veteran or service member. Or you can use the crisis text line, text HOME to 741-741. There are so many tools and resources. Just today, I was reading about research that's been done looking at the value of being out in nature, and there's a whole movement toward getting us back outside, and not necessarily hiking or exercising, which that's good too, but just being in nature, to tune in, to allow our senses to take in the good that's there. So many things. So please, please keep working at it. Keep following what we're doing at Weeby. Our app will be out this fall. So excited for you all to have it, to test it, to share it, to let us know how you're doing. Thank you for tuning into this program. Thank you for being concerned about well-being your own and the people that you love. It is the only thing that we can do in the face of challenges, is focus on what we can each do for ourselves to keep ourselves moving forward, to keep feeling hopeful and optimistic and identifying things we can do, and to help us take care of the people we love. Thank you so much. And the next video in this series will focus on relationships. Huge, huge part of our lives, huge impact on our well-being. Until then, thank you so much.